right, we're going to do this a little differently for the car ride home because yours truly left the microphone in the house. But we're recording this on my phone. Hopefully it's good. We're coming out of the Marvels.
Yeah.
We went to the Alamo Drafthouse at Sloan's Lake, which is off of Colfax in Denver. And, okay, we're going to kick off with ratings, I think. Right?
Yeah. How about you, G?
What do you mean?
Out of what?
1 out of 10, and if you want to, do you want to choose a unit of measure?
8 out of 10 little flirkin cat dude guys.
Excellent. 8 out of 10. Nice.
Kitty.
Hi, Kitty. How about you? What do you rate it?
I would probably also do an 8 out of 10. I guess now Disney princesses, since Carol Danvers is now a Disney princess.
Yes.
She was wearing a Disney princess outfit. I mean, come on.
Yeah, she very much was. That was very silly. All right, and then I'm gonna give it an okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
People just not looking. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Hexagons.
Lots of hexagons.
Because there are lots of hexagons in this film. All right. I think we said we all kind of went into it, maybe all of us, 2 out of 3 of us, not expecting it to be maybe as good as it was, right?
I don't know. I think I was higher on it than you two.
I think you were, because you've done more investigation. George, do you want to offer any more, or do you want to go sleep?
Sleep.
Okay, we'll talk about it. Yeah, like, I had not really seen anything other than, I think the first trailer about it, so I knew swapping was happening in there, but that's it. That's all I knew about it, so I hadn't really dug into it more. I will say, too, that Secret Invasion just really disappointed me, and I think our family collectively has kind of been looking at Marvel's projects like, well, sometimes they're really good, sometimes they're meh, and Secret Invasion was bad.
Yeah. Secret Invasion is probably worse than Thor Dark World, which was made better by Endgame. Mm-hmm. I mean, this didn't make Secret Invasion better. Secret Invasion was its own contained story. They're going to have to say, oh, that actually happened in this other universe, because it was that bad. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking that's what they're going to do. And maybe that was the plan all along, like Agatha, but I don't think so. So, like, one of the things I was, like, expecting, kind of got was just a banger cameo.
Yeah.
And that was Kelsey Grammer for me. Like,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beast. Can we talk about this?
Yes, it's spoilers rife, so we're...
The very first full-on, well, no, it can't be the very first. The very first was Multiverse of Madness, so they're bringing in the X-Men slowly and slowly and slowly. Mm-hmm. Charles was there, and then this one they had Binary and Beast. And Kelsey Grammer doesn't have to be young. I mean, dude,
that's right.
He really could play that forever. Until he passes, I guess.
Yeah. And so you're talking about the, I guess, mid-credit scene.
Yeah, it says there's a post-credit scene. There's no post-credit scene.
It's not a scene, y'all. It's just a sound effect.
Yeah, it's a sound effect, and it's worse than Iron Man thing. Yeah, that was really good. I was wondering if the Kelsey Grammer thing was supposed to be at the end. The Beast X-Men reference at the very end. And then where, what's her face? Kate Bishop comes in.
Oh, yeah.
As that was supposed to be the mid-credit scene. And then the other one was supposed to be the post-credit scene.
Yeah. Yeah, and you were talking about that one cameo. They had some good cameos in here, too. So you've got, I'm terrible. It's been so long. Valkyrie makes an appearance, kind of coming to some rescue of some Skrulls. And then I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't remember if there's other ones. I think that was kind of it. But the humor of it was really good. It reminded me a bit of Thor Ragnarok, with the levity of it. It was
not as over the top as Thor: Love and Thunder, though.
No.
But, Taika can't do another movie from Marvel. He's got to be reined in somehow. This one felt like that. It was reined in and hilarious, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't, it didn't just go off-brand and be self-serving to the director like Taika was in that movie.
Yeah, it was, the writing was really good. Like, right out the gate, I think you're brought in really quickly on, okay, I see what's happening. Jeez, dude. People driving like wild people. The actions, I commented to you in the movie, I was like, the first main action sequence was better than all of Secret Invasion. It was really good, really tight, awesome. And like you said, it's great with action, but the humor of it, and I will say, character of Kamala Khan is so relatable, you know, and just her bringing in this like kind of fangirl teenager who is a superhero now, but she's meeting like her idol, was awesome. I loved all of that aspect because she just brought this whole new aspect to that trio, their dynamic and stuff, and it was really. It was
just a basic, frankly, action adventure buddy comedy, executed well. Yeah. I mean, it's a twist that it's a Marvel super space, you know, superheroes or whatever, but it was basically comedic Thelma and Louise, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Yeah.
Other funny buddy movies. It was Lethal Weapon-ish. You know what I mean? Where the banter between a trio of actors, like when what's his face, Goodfellas guy gets in, Joe Pesci is in the car with Riggs and Murtaugh.
Yep. And they're getting in and out or whatever.
Yeah, and it's, you know, they each have their quirks and all those other things, and these actors pulled that off and executed it really well. So nothing original, really, right? There's only 12 stories in the world. That's what I've been told at one time, you know? Told in various ways. But I think the execution is what makes these good. Yeah. This one was good.
It was very good. Yeah, and the chemistry.
What did you score it? You scored it 8?
I did 9. 9 out of 10 hexagons, yeah.
Yeah, I was higher on going in. It met my expectations. So
8. I think
8
it's
for
an
me,
8. Yeah, it was, I love, again, bringing in the child or the, you know, kid factor, kid heroes, and then her parents and her family, I mean, so relatable, and their timing was awesome. You know, her interaction with them was awesome. The family's interaction with Captain Marvel and Monica was also great, and even Nick Fury as well. It just, they were an awesome, like, kind of little chorus going through the whole movie. It was really cool. What do we think about the villain?
I think they did an okay job. But you're comparing that to Killmonger, you're comparing it to Thanos, you're comparing villains to the top villains. You're comparing it to Loki, which we can talk about Loki here in a minute if we wanted to.
Sure.
You thought there might have been a Loki tie-in since Loki premiered last night. I
was hoping for it.
You were hoping for it. I'm like, I knew that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Just because of things that were done and why they were delayed, made it so I was like, this was supposed to come out before Loki.
Yeah.
You know, and it was already filmed, and it was just like Principal was filmed and all the special effects, which looked good.
Yeah.
Frankly.
Yeah.
But, what was I saying?
We're talking about the villain.
Villain, yeah. Loki came up as a villain because he's a villain who turned, I wouldn't say benevolent. Maybe benevolence is a thing that happened in the TV show.
Maybe Servient, or, you know,
but going back to the god of mischief instead of, you know, just evil.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And finding out who he really was and wanted to be in Loki. That was a text message for something.
Yeah, that was
I have no idea what number that is. But it was a good job. I'm not going to say great.
Yeah.
But really good in making it sympathetic. You understood.
Yeah, you did.
But then when a cogent, you know, solution is prepared, she just still wants to destroy, so she's consumed by vengeance.
Yeah.
I think she was always maniacal. And the problem with her being a Kree is that, and being wielding that universal weapon or whatever that is.
Yeah, which I mean, essentially was that was the same kind of hammer that.
Yeah, the cosmic stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cosmic stick.
That she was an accuser.
Yeah.
Right? Ronan the accuser. They're fanatics.
Yeah.
She was a fanatic, really, and she was actually always a fanatic, and then had something happen to her, and it was part of the Civil War. She was changed. No redeeming quality, really.
Yeah.
But understandable.
Yeah.
So you understood why she was doing it.
Yeah.
Which makes more sense than in Secret Invasion, which you're like, they didn't really do a good job of making that understandable or relatable in any way. This one you can relate to. It's like, if I was in this situation, maybe I'd do the same thing. Mm-hmm. Is what you want a good villain story to do. And I think they did a good job.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, like you said, it's a very different kind of villain than, just the full-on evil. Like, and even comparing her to Ronan, Ronan was just outright evil. I think she seemed to have a purpose where she's like, I want to heal my planet so my people can live, but she also had combined vengeance with that, where she's like, but I'm also going to get back at you and hurt you, Carol Danvers, on my way out, on my way to do this. And she had said there was that point too, she had said, if the cost of her life to help heal the planet and do these things, because she was wearing one of the bangles, and it was kind of, you could tell it was having an impact on her physiologically, but she's like, if I gotta die, I gotta die. But then at the end, I mean, she didn't.
She disintegrated painfully.
She really did.
Yeah.
That was like
so,
right up with her
question.
spaghettifying.
So let's bring back Ronan in, because this is a space one, right?
Yes.
I think Marvel has been doing funny things in space, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these are superhero movies. They got to be somewhat comedy at points.
Yeah.
And then have like the Captain America, Winter Soldier stuff be the serious ones in Endgame, things like that. But there's comedy in Endgame. I hope they don't get stuck in that.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see a serious space adventure. Oh, they're traveling through hexagons. We understand. It makes zero sense. It's a comic book. We, gotta get past that. You just gotta tell a good story.
Yeah.
Right? So hopefully they do that. Second point I was trying to think here is going back to Ronan, Guardians of the Galaxy. That made me think about funny. Was the AI then not there when Ronan the Accuser was doing his thing, and that's how he was able to do his thing because there was a civil war going on, and that's why they made a peace treaty with Xandar, and we're even dealing with Ronan the Accuser. That does fit, but it's like barely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Good question.
So I wonder if there's a little bit of retconning there, or if it's like it fits, don't worry about it. Like in Loki, don't overthink it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not everything needs to connect, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Let's got a few blocks. Let's talk about Loki real quick.
Right.
The finale. I think the series finale for Loki.
We do. We both agree on that.
I hope it's the series finale for Loki. They do not need to go back to this.
They did a great job.
Good.
Let it live.
Yeah, let it be.
Let it breathe.
Now, the return of Loki in Secret Wars or whatever, where Kang Dynasty, where he's the anti-Kang, and that's how they defeat Kang, is because Loki's able to do that. And, some of those things. One thing I wanted that I didn't get, I did not predict, it was more of a would really like to see it, was Loki dying for real again. Mm-hmm. But then he's dead because he shows up in Valhalla because he dies a warrior's death.
Right.
That would have been cool.
That would have been cool.
Idris Elba is probably down for another cameo for how much money they would pay him.
That's right.
But what did you think? They mentioned the Kang the Conqueror in Ant-Man. Mm-hmm. 616 adjacent. So Quantum Realm is not separate universe.
Yeah.
Even though they've said that in the Ant-Man
Ant-Man
movies, those little separate pocket universes, whatever. But it's like it's 616 adjacent. So they've said that the one that we have been enjoying the most, the prime one, is Earth 616.
So I think the series. Here's how I hope it happens. I hope the series is done. That Loki series is done, but we're not done with Loki because I do think there's still obviously the TVA is still there, and they're trying to find Kang variants because there is going to be a war coming. So I think he will figure into that, and that probably will manifest whether it's in other series that are coming or movies. But so I think we'll see Loki again. And I had told you, we watched a reaction podcast where they're just like, oh, he's so sad. I'm like, I don't think he's sad. You and I
smiled at the end.
We don't think he's sad. We feel like he's kind of settled in, like, this is the sacrifice I need to make, and this is my responsibility as a god. My glorious purpose is to fill this role.
Yeah.
But I also think, I'm like, well, I mean, a lot of what we saw in even just the last episode of Loki was him learning stuff. He learned, he took centuries and stuff, but he learned all the mechanic stuff. He learned how to pause time and manipulate time. So I think he's got powers that he hasn't tapped into yet, and he can still kind of build on those. Everybody's kind of hovering on this, oh, look at him, he looks so lonely, and he's alone now in that throne room. I'm like, that's not the last we're seeing of him, and that's not the end state of him, I don't think.
And I don't think so either. And I have stated, since he was smiling and his energy, he is the time loom, basically. He's part of Yggdrasil.
Yeah, he made Yggdrasil.
So he's part of Asgard.
Yeah.
Beyond that, and he sees himself come in and out again. He sees that time flow. He's experiencing that. He's not alone. He's not lonely, I don't think.
Well, and it's just wild to think about that, too. I mean, you think about all the references to Yggdrasil throughout the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, and now you're like, well, he's part of why there is one. So that's kind of wild to me, but yeah, it was good. I liked it. I think we were both that was a great project. Loki was a really good series.
Yeah, so the next MCU thing is Echo, that trailer that just popped. Brutal. It's TVMA. I'm like, yeah, let's go. And then the next movie is Deadpool, and they moved all the other ones to 2025. So that's what's next.
That's right.
There's one show and one movie next year, and that's probably for the best.
That's right. So that's been The Car Ride Home. Thanks, everybody. Bye.